am so happy to be chosen.
You want to do something for Fernfield? Very good. We've use for any help we can get. Good luck. Meet me if you survive.
Parain be with you, stranger.
My name is Chiron. What do you want from me?
I'm Genla. I was Parain's Deont here.
And?
You spoke with Ulev. He wants you to get the wood for him, right? You cannot believe a word he and his so-called holy man say. They are blasphemers and murderers.
I'm looking for 2 women who allegedly were here. Do you know anything about them?
Possibly. If you want to hear more, help me. The divine Parain will thank you.
I haven't seen many Parain Deonts.
Parain is the goddess of growth and prosperity. The benevolent one makes the seeds sprout, the wounds heal, and the children grow.
Stalks and ears of corn, those are her signs, right? In Warunk, those ears mark the houses of plague sufferers.
Her virtues are diligence and compassion.
I'm just wondering where her power is here in the swamp, between the toxic bog gases and the deadly vines.
You're making a fool of yourself. As if you didn't know as well as I just how little power the 12 gods have in the Shadowlands. That is why we have to pray even more passionately. Through our faith, her influence increases. Through your faith, too.
The village existed before the Exodus, right?
Fernfield was isolated. So much that Borberad's hordes overlooked us. The swamp mutated, but Parain's shrine protected us. The gorge beyond our village shows what might have happened. There's no longer a way to visit the great Alhanian ruins. Demonic claws are everywhere. Even the undead did not venture here. We couldn't leave, but over the years we were relatively safe. But Gamat and Ulef destroyed all that.
Blasphemers and murderers. Harsh words for a village headman and a holy man.
Ulef and Gamat brought the plague here. Thanks to their so-called exodus, they are responsible for the deaths of half Fernfield.
You are a priestess of Parain. Couldn't you heal them?
I tried. Many times. But the disease is insidious. It must be demonic in origin. The patients were desperate. Gamat incited them against me. And then they stormed my goddess's shrine.
I thought Gamat relieves their suffering.
Black magic and illusion. The bewildered see in Gamat exactly who they want to see. In reality, he exploits the sufferings of the sick while letting them celebrate him as a saint. And those who could soon find peace in Parain's arms, he throws into that mudhole which devours their souls.
All this just doesn't fit. How come they tolerate you here? And why do you stay here?
Only faith can overcome the suffering. Even though many go wrong, I will not let them down. There are also more upright people here than you think. Ulef does not want to endanger peace in the village, so he leaves us alone.
Who did Gamat and Ulef kill?
Every Fernfielder who dies of the plague is their work.
Why do you exaggerate? Be honest.
Their first victim was Makra, my husband.
Enough already. Is it true that the Alhanians once settled here?
A magical race. They worshipped snakes and insects. We have built on their ruins. Here, read if you can. Their descendants, the Norbaden, still worship the bee goddess Mokosha and Hesinda, the goddess of wisdom. Perhaps it is even the traces of this ancient faith which have protected Fernfield so long. On the other hand, there are legends about them banishing a demon known as the Plague Maw into the swamp. Maybe the other monsters are still being scared away by him.
What do you want from me? You don't want wood too, do you?
It is perhaps the last wood in the entire Clawmoor not saturated with the demonic force. I beg you in the name of the goddess Parain, bring it to me! This wood is my only chance to lead the Fernfielders back onto the right path.
What exactly do you want to do with the wood?
I shall use it to fulfill the goddess's will. The same goddess who can save your soul. Is that enough?
Ulef talked about saving souls too. And it seems more people believed him.
He has forfeited his own salvation, and now he wants to drag the Fernfielders into the abyss with him. That mudhole where Gamut throws the sick damns them forever. Yes, Chiron. He likes to talk of saving souls, but elsewhere in the Shadowlands, people cut out the tongues of hypocrites like him and make them eat them, and then watch them as they choke on their own blood.
And what shall I tell Ulef if I don't have any wood for him?
Ulef can use demonic wood. It won't make any difference.
I'll think about it. After all, I have to find the wood first.
If it makes your decision easier, I can give you a more worldly reward in addition to Parain's blessing.
Herbs, potions, sundries.
I follow the Holy One. He never lets us down.
The Holy Man has the power to heal.
If Ulef trusts you, I trust you too.
I am so happy
Genlet
to be
is and always
chosen.
will be a deal.
Do you hear that? The swamp. It's alive. Do you hear that? The swamp. It's alive.
Genlet is and always will be.
The guy looks like he's out to cause trouble.
Are you a researcher?
The medicus, perhaps. Be careful.
One day. One day.
Help me.
Without Genla, we would all be dead by now.
Hang on to your wives. This stranger is looking for women.
Genla is and always will be a Dion.
Do you have any more questions?
You probably don't believe in the Lifespring's miraculous powers, do you?
The pit used to be a kind of graveyard. I buried many Fernfielders there before Borberad's invasion made everything mutate. The grave pit was filled with demonic light, and all the trees in the gorge by the Alhanian ruins turned into tentacles. No one dares go there anymore.
Did Gamut get his talisman from the Alhanian ruins?
Perhaps. Trust him to use that old magic for his own ends. But he must have found a way through to the ruins to get it. Maybe he found the talisman in the pit. He's the only one to ever have returned from it.
How many Fernfielders still actually believe in Parain?
Gamut forbids them to worship the gods. That's why he had Parain's shrine destroyed. Ulev watches over the ban. But he will see. It never pays to be a lackey to evil.
It's hard to keep the faith when you see the power of demons all around you. Throughout the Shadowlands, people think the gods do not care about them. The plague, a mighty savior who can ease the pain. Gamut had it easy.
People must not give up. If their faith is strong enough, their souls will be saved. No one ever promised that it would be easy.
Do you still need wood?
Did you find some?
Yes, I have.
Thank you. You have no idea how many souls you have saved here. I want to use this wood to rebuild the shrine to Parain. Without your help, every service held there would have been poisoned. Here, take this as a token of thanks. But not a word to Ulev about it.
How can I help you?
I want to make a soup out of wolf lizard eggs.
Wolf lizard eggs. Are you sure?
The soup will not taste very good.
That's not what I meant. Don't you have to be really careful with those eggs because they're poisonous?
In the swamp, almost everything is poisonous. It takes a lot of experience to be able to know just how poisonous. The green lizards here in the Clawmore even have poisonous breath. I wouldn't dare mess with them. They also have hard armor.
What's the point?
I'm going to use them to poison the sick. But before I do, I will bless them in Parain's name. Their souls will be saved, and not sent to the nether hells by Gamut's terrible ritual.
You want to kill the sick by poisoning them like a coward. You're one of Parain's Daons. You have dedicated yourself to life.
And death is also part of life. The poisonous eggs are the only way to save their souls before Gamut sacrifices them to the swamp. Do not worry. I kill only those who firmly believe in the goddess Parain. All the others are beyond help anyway. The nests are in the north, between the cliffs. Just go past the construction. The lizards are jumpy, so they will attack very easily. 3 nests should be enough for a kettle of soup. Any further questions?
What does Ulev think of this treatment? I mean, he could refuse to let you see the patients, couldn't he?
So it has come to the point that I must pay for loyalty. So be it. Keep my plan a secret from Ulev, and you shall receive a special reward.
Why are the wolf lizards jumpy?
Those lizards are not normal reptiles, but rather chimera, mutated by demonic influence. This makes them part reptile, part demon. They smell the undead flesh, and it attracts them. Yet their instincts warn them to avoid the demonic influence. This confuses their senses. The swamp drives them mad, if you will. No wonder that they often fight side by side with zombies.
The lizards don't eat the undead?
No. They do eat carrion, but no undead.
I'm looking for 2 women, an elf and a girl. Have you seen them?
They were here. They were looking for something in the swamp. The elf played the girl's almighty teacher, prattled on the whole time about freedom and some paladin soon to appear. Ulev kept them away from me, but if you help me, I can try to find out more.
Parain, bless you, stranger.
Would arrive just in time, I'd say. Praise Parain.
You want to do something for Fernfield? Very good. We've use for any help we can get. All done? You do impress me. Here, the reward. Good luck.
The holy man has the power
The great
to
ceremony
heal.
just isn't the same without the masks.
Ulef,
What is it?
oh, nothing.
The great
What do you want me
ceremony
to
just
do?
isn't the same without the masks.
I saw Genla talking to you. I know she has little time for me and Gamat.
Is it any wonder? After you killed her husband?
Makra's death was regrettable, but it
Great
could not be
ceremony just isn't the
avoided.
same without the
How
masks.
did he die?
Gamat had already been here once before the Exodus. He was searching for Alhanian artifacts when he met Genla and Makra. They ruled Fernfield and despised the Holy Man. Even then, Genla had become obsessed with her faith and stirred the Fernfielders against him.
And Makra?
Genla drove him to extremes. He flung himself on Gamat. He tried to calm Makra and held him. Locked together, they both fell into the life spring.
The great ceremony just
Gamat
isn't the
was
same.
enlightened in the life spring and returned to Warrung. But Makra died.
Strange that Gamat, of all people, was selected by the Life Spring, and Makra was killed.
A tragic accident that made Genla's hatred grow.
The great
She
ceremony
couldn't
just
inspire
isn't
the
same without
Fernfielders' faith anymore. But Gamat returned, and he could.
Is it any wonder? After you...
Makra's death was...
How did he die?
Gamat had already... They ruled.
And
Gamat...
Strange.
She cares for those who are close to transition. No matter how great her dislike of us may be, it's good that she
the great
relieves
ceremony
their
just isn't the
suffering.
same without the
Please go
masks.
to her and see how you can help the Chosen carry the burden of their scars. Maybe you can make your contribution towards strengthening the community that way.
Genla is and always
The great
will
ceremony
be
just isn't the
a
same
deal.
without the
I follow
masks.
the
the
12
12
gods ever helped
never
you,
lets us
sister?
I only use plants
She's in
from
good
trustworthy
wood, just appears
cultivation.
out of nowhere.
How may I be of service, my friend?
all have trust
Have
you,
the 12
I
gods
trust
ever helped you, stranger?
Great ceremony.
Do you think good
so
wood
happy
just
Genla
appears
is and
out of
always
nowhere?
will be a demon. Genla is and always will be a Deont.
You want to do something for Fernfield? All done? You do impress me. Here, the reward. Good luck.
The wood arrived just in time, I'd say. Praise parade.
Genla?
Have you found the poisonous eggs?
Here are the poisonous eggs.
Believe me, this way you have saved many, many souls. Take this. A little help for your further travels. You also acted wisely, and I am not stingy. Here, for your silence. You have proved that you care about the souls of others. I trust you. If you are still looking for these women, I can help you. To be precise, you can help yourself. You and many other poor lost souls.
Plants or animals this time?
In the swamp lurks an evil plant of great beauty. It attracts all that lives and imprisons their souls. If you defeat this plant and bring me its bulb, I can give these souls peace. Perhaps the soul of one of those two women as well.
What makes you think that the lily has also caught the girl?
She was there, she and the elf. When they returned, the girl was different somehow.
Different.
She ran around as if possessed and kept calling the name Chiron. The elf spoke of great knowledge, but I felt that something evil had nestled in the girl. Is this girl very close to you?
We love each other.
I understand.
The Irabar lily. I've heard that it can eat men whole.
Not exactly. The Irabar lily is a plant of Amaziroth, the polymorphic blender amongst the archdemons. Its beauty clouds the spirit, and its pollen sedates. The pollen sends grisly visions with which the archdemon seduces people. And those not strong enough to withstand the visions remain forever imprisoned in the lily's roots. The lily craves for magic creatures in particular. It is said that its tentacles suck their magic powers dry.
I'll have to think about it some more.
Of course, I cannot force anyone.
Bless you.
The soup was a blessing. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.
The holy man
ceremony just isn't the same.
Welcome back. Were you able to help Genla?
It was easy. She just wanted to cook some soup for the Chosen.
Ah, very good. That will help relax the situation. Maybe this time she will not try to disturb the ceremony.
Now you've seen how holy this Genla is.
Welcome back.
Lizard eggs.
Were you able? Ah, very.
I am so happy to be chosen.
They're
The
only
soup was a
eggs,
blessing.
but
Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.
Genla? I'll look for the lily.
I thank you. With this bulb you can save many souls. You'll find the lily in the east.
they're only eggs, but...
Would arrive just in time, I'd say. Praise parade.
Have the 12 gods ever helped you,
to
stranger?
finally go to
Do you think good wood just appears out of nowhere? the 12 gods ever help you, stranger?
All done? You do impress me. Here, the reward.
I want to finally go to paradise.
Chiron returned to Fernfield, heavily laden with the responsibility for the souls he had snatched from the Lily. Befuddled by the pollen, he could not think straight, let alone find an explanation for the vision the demonic plant had given him. Defeat himself to win Calandra back. Did this simple message really point in the right direction? Did its very seductive simplicity disguise the demon lily's perfidious intent? Or could the vision even hold the answer to the mystery surrounding his gift and the mysterious awakened? If Chiron wanted answers, he would have to find the saint. That was the only way to find out what Azaril planned, the only way he could save Calandra.
Welcome, Chiron. As I always say, new location, new luck.
If Olav trusts
So,
you,
you're
I
taking
trust
Genla's
you.
side. I don't think that was just
They're
about the
only
Soup was a
snakes.
eggs,
blessing.
but
Don't let anyone convince you.
You look exhausted, Chiron. Did you find the lily?
Here's the bulb.
By Parain! Thank you, Chiron. I was worried that these poor souls were lost forever. You've proved yourself worthy of my trust, and if you're willing to trust me, we can save the poor misguided Fernfielders, but let's not rush things. I assume you still have questions.
Whatever happened to the lizard eggs I gave you? Do you really want to kill the sick?
I think it's better if they die quickly and can enter Boron's halls than suffer a long time and have their souls sacrificed in Gamat's meaningless ceremony. In the end, there are many answers to the question of how best to help the sick.
Mercy killings for the suffering. I've seen members of the Order of Gentle Peace doing that in the big cities.
Yes, the servants of the demi-goddess Marbo. She is the gentle daughter of Boron, god of death. Mercy is what she has in common with the goddess Parain. Without mercy, many die in bitterness and return as drowned corpses. The gases of the moor and the heat of their rage make them burst. You'd better keep at a distance from them. When I can do nothing more for the body, the soul is foremost. That is my answer to you and to my goddess.
While I was at the Lily, I had a vision. Can you help me understand it?
You pay heed to a demonic plant's illusions and then ask me for help? You really must have burning questions on your mind. I'm listening.
I saw my father and my sister. She called out for help. She said I should talk to Gamat because he had answers. Then I had to fight myself.
Did you win?
Yes. And after that, the Lily was defeated.
Very enlightening. Do you want a simple or a detailed explanation?
A detailed explanation, please.
Every person you saw in your vision symbolizes not themselves, but a part of your personality. Your father could represent your conscience, your upbringing.
My father was imprisoned.
Which means that your thinking is stuck. You must free yourself from misconceptions, or you will constantly run up against walls.
And my sister? She called out for help.
She represents your feminine side.
What feminine side?
You see, you seem to repress it.
I'm a man, through and through.
You're more than just your body, Chiron. It's about female characteristics. Love, mercy, trust. In the goddess Parain, for example, she too is female.
Right.
The fact that you fought yourself means that you have to make the right decision. Choose the good and stand by it firmly. Only then can you win.
And what does it mean that my sister advised me to speak with Gammat?
That has no meaning, just a coincidence.
Right. A simple explanation, please.
Your sister is in trouble, and since you cannot help at the moment, you blame yourself.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you. Now I know. Can you now tell me something about the two women who were here?
I will examine this lily bulb carefully. If it has taken the girl's soul, you must find her body and drive out the demon that now dwells in it. That is, if the body is still alive. Then it takes a mighty ritual of the 12 gods to reunite body and soul. You have to hold to your faith and pray diligently to ensure that the two take no harm. If all goes well, her soul may be saved. There's even a chance that she will survive the whole thing sane, and that the scars will not disfigure her completely.
And if they have simply moved on?
Then they will have left traces that my congregation will surely find.
I have one more question about Makra's death.
My husband died when Gammat dragged him down into his life spring. It was a struggle for Fernfield's future, and we lost.
You say Gammat had something evil in him and that you therefore could not tolerate him in Fernfield. The plague is his revenge on you. Why did Gammat survive the pit while Makra did not?
I have not buried any dead in the pit since the demonic mutations began. I suspected that something evil lurked there. The evil that Gammat has in him protected him from the mud hole. There he was amongst his own. But Makra was a good man. That is why the pit killed him.
So tell me, how will you win back the Fernfielders?
I rebuilt the old shrine with the wood you gave me. Once it is consecrated again, I'll be able to convince the Fernfielders that the gods have not forgotten them.
And you believe that Parain's liturgy can heal them? Didn't that fail you once before?
The need has become even greater. When should the goddess show some understanding, if not now? There are many souls at stake. So many have fallen ill in recent days. It cannot be long before Gammat holds his next ceremony. But if my congregation is large enough by then, we can strike. We can win, Chiron. We only need a few more.
A revolt against Gammat? And I'm supposed to be your attack dog?
It's up to you whether you want to fight at our side. Now, all I ask is that you help us with the consecration of the shrine, as a protector and as a believer, and of course not a word to Ulev. We meet at the Cripple Ash at Fex's hour. Parain is with us. We are already preparing everything. Do you want to join us right now?
Just one moment, Genma.
Have you heard the story about...
Would arrive just in time,
by
I'd
Parain
say.
that was
Praise
noble
Parain.
and courageous. Great ceremony just isn't the same.
I am so
I heard
happy
you
to be
joined
chosen.
Genla's side. What do you want?
I have news that might interest you. Genla is planning a conspiracy. She wants to consecrate the Parain shrine again. This could
Great
attract
ceremony
many
just isn't the
skeptics to
same.
her side. I'm sure you wouldn't want to see the ceremony attacked. Or yourself, for that matter.
Good thing you came to me. Many, many thanks. There's no contemplating what might happen if she interrupts the ceremony. She would destroy everything. Faith, hope, all Fernfield would be doomed if Genla were to tempt people into believing in the old gods again. But I don't want to overload you. I'm sure you have some questions.
Now you've seen how holy this Genla
What exactly is Gammat's teaching? On the whole, I mean.
The life spring takes the chosen to paradise. Gammat helps them cross over. That which the Warunkians call plague is actually a sign that one belongs to the chosen. Those who bear this burden
Great
long
ceremony
enough
just isn't the
may
same.
enter the life spring.
And what role does Gammat's talisman play?
Gammat has borne the talisman since his enlightenment in the life spring. This sacred object gives the chosen a foretaste of bliss.
Has there ever been a
Now
chosen
you've
who
seen
was
how
not
holy
allowed
this
to jump into
Genma
the
is.
life spring?
Lizard eggs.
No, because the holy man makes them strong. Their will and their faith and so on. I don't know much about that kind of thing.
I have a question about Genla's husband, Makra.
He died because he attacked Gammat. Then both fell into the life spring. This accident was extraordinarily tragic because it happened before Gammat had been enlightened in the life spring. I'm sure, as the situation is now, he would save Makra.
Genla says she sensed something evil in Gammat. Could have joined forces with the demonic powers of the swamp. What do you think? Why was the necromancer Gammat enlightened, and not Makra, who was faithful to the 12 gods?
He's
Now you've seen
just
how
a holy
this
man.
Genma is.
The whole
Lizard
necromancer
eggs.
story is a lie. And the old gods do not care about our destiny anyway. That is all I have to say. What did you find out?
Genla
Now
will
you've
meet her
seen how
followers at the
holy
Weeping
this
Willow
Genma
at
is.
Boron's Hour.
Lizard
Very good.
eggs.
We will follow them secretly, and then we'll spring the trap. Is there anything you want to know first? You go ahead to the meeting place.
That's all. Farewell, Ulef.
Great ceremony just isn't the same without the masks. The holy man has the power to heal.
You even look after the dead.
Stranger.
How selfless.
I assume you still have questions.
Where do we meet again?
We meet at the Cripple Ash at Fex's hour. Parain is with us. We are already preparing everything. Do you want to join us right now?
Let's go.
Divine Parain, the generous, the merciful, in the midst of evil do we sinners beseech your motherly blessing. Divine Parain, we welcome Chiron in our midst. Examine his soul, that he might join us in praying for the blessing of this thy new shrine. Your soul is not yours alone. You sold it!
I am no demon Paktir. Genla, believe me.
Whatever you are, Chiron, you've been touched by evil. Your aura poisons our prayer. I cannot allow you to stay here at the goddess's shrine.
Why are you doing this, Genla?
I feel your goodwill, Chiron, but you're too far removed from the goddess. It was the same with Gammat. Ever since Makra fell into the pit with him, great calamity has befallen us. I will not be delinquent again. That's why I now put your fate in the hands of the goddess. Let her judge you.
What can I expect in that gorge?
Once, the gorge led to the Alhanian ruins. Bodies which we buried in the pit sometimes washed up there. Today it is a place of pandemonium. If, in spite of everything, you can still earn the goddess's grace, she will lead you safely to freedom. If not, then descend to join your own kind.
Hello, handsome.
My name is Chiron, and you are not like the others here.
If you mean that I'm prettier, then thank you. I'm Latika.
Ulef's daughter.
You know quite a lot about me. What are you doing here?
I think I have a few questions.
So ask away, handsome.
Do you know Gammat? What's all this about the cult of the Savior?
Oh, that's easy. Gammat needs the undead to dig. He plays the savior. The sick follow him, and he throws them into the pit. In the pit, the swamp joins with them. They are flushed to the excavation through an underground tunnel, and then they begin to work here.
And with the gorge full of tentacles, no one can come here, allowing Gammat and Ulef to keep the fraud a secret from the Fernfielders.
They mean well. Gammat really believes that there is hope of finding an Alhanian artifact here capable of curing the plague. His talisman is a fragment of this artifact. If we find it, it could heal all those suffering from the plague. So it's not entirely wrong to say that the Chosen bear a burden that the swamp can take from them.
Does the name Rio mean anything to you?
My Rio? Of course! Will he be joining me soon? He is my first love, you know. When we are finally reunited, our love will last for eternity.
Did he promise?
He even swore it to me.
How come you're not just stupidly working away here? You're undead too.
Yes, but in good condition.
At least better than the ones whose skulls I had to bust on the way here.
Poor souls. But they have as much in common with you as they do with me.
You are undead. You shouldn't be able to think or act independently. Yet you can.
Can't you?
I'm still fighting for my soul, but your fight should already have been decided. Weren't you a normal Chosen?
My soul is still in place. My father negotiated that with Gammat before he threw me into the life spring. I was among the first in Warrant to fall sick with the plague. About that time, my father met Gammat. I was the reason why father joined the Exodus.
Do you know what Gammat promised the archdemon Thargunitov, so that she would spare your soul?
No, I don't know how much I'm worth to the Dark Mother.
You're afraid of the answer.
Yes, I am. Each and every time I see the ghoul eating one of the others. We undead just can't hit the ghoul hard enough, and we also can't perform any kind of magic that would kill him.
Can Gammat order you around because he's a necromancer?
No, no one commands me. The power over the others rests here in the swamp and Gammat's talisman, a powerful thing that also alleviates pain.
Then why are you digging?
The ghoul, one of the mightiest of its kind. Gammat controls it, as he does many creatures in the swamp.
I get it. You fear the ghoul because he eats corpses.
He wants me for my body. Like all men.
I'm looking for 2 women who visited Gammat. A girl and an elf.
2? Flattering of you to come to me, then. But seriously, the 2 were with Gammat. He showed them the excavation. The girl was very curious. But I don't think they're in the Clawmore anymore. Gammat talked constantly about them soon leaving for the west. I think he was afraid of the elf.
What did Gammat call the elf? Mother, perhaps?
No, he called her Azaril, but she spoke repeatedly of the 2 siblings. It seems a brother of this girl and Gammat must have killed the oldest brother before he could marry. And then there's supposed to be another sister and brother. I didn't really understand it all. It was pretty complicated.
I need to talk to Gammat. How can I get him here?
Do you see the old machines back there? We had a lot of trouble with them because the belts are broken. If the construction machinery were working again, we would make better progress with the excavation and hopefully find the artifact more quickly. Maybe you're brave enough to steal the webs from the spiders that live here. The threads of spider silk can be used as belts for machinery. Once the machines are running again, it surely won't be long before Gamut shows up.
Ceremonial robes, drive belts. Hard to believe what can be made from spiders' webs.
They are fine, strong, and glisten in the morning dew. Those who create them do so full of hope, and those who touch them cannot leave them. A bit like love, you know?
Aha!
Just make sure you don't get stuck to the threads and get pulled into the machinery.
What?
Just a joke, Chiron.
Well then, I'll just go deal with the spiders.